Okay. Yay.
There we go. Okay, good evening, everyone. John Bradley, Novi, Michigan. I'm your storyteller for this evening. We have two on deck for you. The first of which is from our own Steve Beck in Morris, Illinois. Uh, One that we all can relate to. Many of us receive those notices from various attorneys that you're part of a class action lawsuit. And many of us don't know what to do. Do we bother even getting involved in it? Do we send it in or what? So about 5 years ago, Steve got the brilliant idea, well, let me call my attorney at Legal Shield to see what I should do. And they advised him, yes, if you're getting the postcards, if you're getting the postcards, you are part of that class, and you should go ahead and fill out the postcard and see where it leads. Well, he sent them in, and he has received a number of settlements, usually about $15 or $20. But there's one in particular with the Gannett organization. He received a little over $100. And last week, he received a check for $397 for a Facebook class action settlement. He estimates that he's received over $700 in those types of settlements with just having made a 15-minute phone call to his provider law firm. Clearly, he's PPLSI for life. The other one is certainly one that we can relate to near and dear to our hearts. We had a member that years ago spent $800 on a will, just flipping through the yellow pages, and found an attorney that would do a will for $800. But that will is grossly out of date. So he contacted Legal Shield. They walked him through the process. There was a lot of give and take, tweaking this, tweaking that. But throughout the whole process, the attorneys were patient. They didn't feel like that he was asking silly questions. Nothing was beyond what they wanted to discuss with him. And in addition to getting the basic will done, they also got the durable power of attorney and the medical directive done. And he was just totally pleased with the whole process. So he also was a very, very satisfied PPLSI member. Back to you, Jane.
And John, if I remember correctly, we were going to talk about the Facebook page, right?
It's a site. I have it already queued up in the chat.
Good. He's putting it in the chat for you all. This is where you can find some testimonials of your own from Facebook. So with that, we're going to go right out to Chuck Dodge for some inspiration for the evening, and then we will end with a video. So go ahead, Chuck.
Well, thank you, Jane, and thank you, everyone. So Jane asked me to do some inspiration tonight, and I thought, well, let's talk about the power of awareness. So I went through my mind. I thought, okay, who are some of the experts on this? Neville Goddard, of course. But then I remember Dennis Waitley wrote The Psychology of Winning in 1979, and he's got 10 qualities to a total winner, and it's a psychology of winning. And lo and behold, the first quality is the positive self-awareness. And I didn't remember that was it, but then I got thinking about it, and awareness leads to everything else. So with awareness, we just want to expand, if you will, who we are and what we're doing. So I saw a Facebook post about it was about a musician. The fellow said, I'm going to send my musician friend a get well card. He's not sick, but I know he can be better. So let's know that we can be a little better, and in terms of our awareness. And if you want to send me a get well card, I'd like to be better. So as we look at the awareness, what does it include? Well, we've got to be open to feedback, and we've got to be looking and paying attention to what's going on around us. Like, for example, tonight, as I'm speaking to all of you, some of this will go right past you. Some of you aren't interested in it. So I don't know who I'm speaking to, but I hopefully will say something that will land someplace. So the idea there is I'm going to speak to your listening as best as I can. Now, what gets in our way? What's a hindrance for increasing our awareness? Because that's really what we want. Well, it could be like Soren Kierkegaard said, when you label me, you negate me. It could be a label that we've put on ourselves. I'm not good at that. I procrastinate. Whatever you call yourself. And then the self-talk that's included in that surely is going to limit your awareness, because you've just put the blinders on. And in Toastmasters, I've been in Toastmasters 27 years now. And one of the things that I learned in 1995 is you can't change something if you're not aware of it. You got to be aware of it first. And so we have the entire meeting consists of evaluation of timing, how we presented ourselves, grammar. So then we can, and when you can become aware of something, then you have a better chance of changing it, and not until. A personal example about the psychology of winning. In 1980, I went to work for a fundraising firm here in Michigan, in Vassar, Michigan. And the owner gave me a copy of the cassette tapes, The Psychology of Winning. I've just come off being an employee with the state of Michigan, and those tapes, they didn't mean anything. I got nothing out of them. I could not get those tapes back to Wyckoff, the owner, fast enough. 3 years later, I heard Dennis Waitley, and the message was totally different. My awareness had shifted. And now Dennis Waitley, I'm quoting him all the time. He was one of my first motivational speakers 40 years ago. And so what we want to do with awareness, seeing and experiencing new things for us, our stretch calls and our trainings. And you know what? We've got something in our brain, right at the base of the brain. It's called our reticular activating system, short RAS, R-A-S. And it's a filter. It filters out things that aren't important to us and lets things in that are. So we want our goals, we want our intentions, so that RAS can go to work for us. So we've got it built into us. And what are some other activities that expands our awareness? Well, asking questions. For example, what's good about this? What can I learn from this? Hey, what am I pretending not to know? That's always one of my favorites. And any adversity that shows up, we could say, oh, that's not done to me, it's done for me. So all that information is available for us to improve our awareness. Expectations also, our faith, signs from the universe or God, however you look at it. I do a lot with animals, squirrels, birds, all of it. I look it up and I go, oh, thank you, God, for that. Gratitude. Gratitude also certainly activates awareness and our goals and our intentions, as I mentioned earlier. So we've got, it's all set up. The whole universe is feedback for us. And are we prepping ourselves for it? It goes back to the musician or me. I'm not sick, but I know I could be better. And there's one affirmation that I came across from Louise Hay that really will help us really open up that awareness field, if you will. I love myself and I approve of myself. I love myself and I approve of myself. And when you can say that, then no matter what's going on in your world, you're accepting of it. Because when we get into a judgment situation, we are again limiting our awareness. So we want to play full out, and whatever that means, being better. I know I want to be better in all areas of life. So I love myself and I approve of myself, and I love all of you. And I'm going back to Jane. Thank you, Jane.
Well, thank you so much, Chuck. Those were great comments, as Mr. Drennan mentioned in the chat. We appreciate that. And with that, like I said, it's going to be an abbreviated call tonight. I am going to share screen, and we have just a short video about Memorial Day, a tribute. And with that, everyone, I wish you all a wonderful Memorial Day. Hope you spend some time with family and whatnot and are reflective of what this day means. We will see you all tomorrow on the morning stretch call at 8 o'clock. And bye-bye for now.
Bye,
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
Bye, guys.
Good night,
Great
everyone.
job.
Night,
Nice
Mr.
job.
Drennan. Night, Timmer.
John.
Good
Bye.
night. Good
Bye,
night.
guys.